I think at this point, it probably comes as no surprise that I'm a bit of a liberal. Though I always identified as a bit more of a libertarian. I mean, I definitely would not consider myself a Democrat. I definitely did not like Joe Biden. I didn't like the Clintons. I wasn't a huge fan of Obama. I think the last Democratic president I liked was Jimmy Carter. Shit. And I think if you watch my channel for any amount of time, you probably realized what I'm all about, which is, I don't really care what you do, man. I don't. I want the freedom to do whatever the hell it is I want to do, so I want you to have the freedom to do whatever the hell it is you want to do. That's just my life philosophy, and there's no political party that reflects that. And obviously, this extends to LGBTQ people, right? I wouldn't want anybody to tell me how to live my life, to tell me how to identify sexually, what my gender is. I feel like I am about a 1 on the Kinsey scale. I'm mostly straight. I identify as a man, and I don't want anybody coming in and telling me that I'm not that. So I'm not going to tell anybody else what they are. And as someone who's raised Christian and has found a religion again in the last few years, I get part of it. I get that you don't want somebody to sin. You don't want somebody to go to hell. But pretty sure the Bible says that's none of your fucking business. But I was also awake during Sunday school when they covered this stuff about judgment. You know, he without sin cast the first stone, and judge not lest thee be judged. And there's a lot of stuff referencing that in the Bible. In fact, it's pretty much most of the book. I kind of feel like it's the entire point of the book based on what I've read. But I've made this point before, and it upsets a lot of people when I make it. I don't get it, man. I genuinely don't understand it. And don't get me wrong, I've known a lot of trans people. I've known some drag queens. I've gone to a lot of drag shows at Dixon Street Theater and stuff like that here in town. And I find them highly entertaining. I think they're an art form, genuinely. But it's not something I would ever feel compelled to do. So I don't really understand it, but teach their own. And based on social media, I can say there's a lot of people that follow me that don't get it either. And there's some things about it that even I question, and I know I'm going to get in trouble with this, but I want to say it. I'm often confused as to why we're exposing children that are so young to this stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong. If your child has exhibited that they are LGBTQ+, and they are telling you that they are interested in that type of thing, sure, take them to a drag show, right? Take them to a drag queen story hour, whatever it is. And I understand the point of all of that stuff as well. It's not grooming. It's not grooming. It's just exposing your child to a thing that exists. Like taking to a football game and them seeing cheerleaders. You're just exposing them to all the different things in the world that exists. And maybe your son will identify with the cheerleaders, and maybe they'll identify with a drag queen, or maybe they'll identify with something completely different. But the earlier they figure out who and what they are, the more comfortable they'll be in their own skin. And I think that's a good thing. I've known several drag queens, I've known several trans people, and when it comes to this stuff, they're not here to indoctrinate straight kids. They're not going to try to turn your straight kid gay. They're just making sure that if there's other kids that grew up like them, they know that this is an option, and if they're inclined to go down that route anyway, they're able to do it, and they know they can do it safely, and I think that's a good thing. But unfortunately, not everybody has the live and let live philosophy that I've adopted. A lot of people want to tell other people how to live. A lot of people want to keep other people from living their lives. And we've seen a lot of it in the last few years, and I'm really afraid we're going to see more. And it breaks my fucking heart. So I'm making this video today to say, if you've ever watched my videos, if you're watching this one, I hope that you've learned to love the sinner, even if you hate the sin. To concentrate on you and yours, yourself, your family, not to judge others. To focus your energy on being the best version of yourself that you can be, and encouraging the people that love you to do the same. And let everybody else live the way they see fit. If you haven't got that from me, I hope you get it now. And if you don't get it now, I don't think you'll ever get it at all. Because there's a lot of things out there that I don't understand. A lot of things that I don't agree with. A lot of things that I perceive as being potentially dangerous and harmful. And you know what? I'm just concentrating on me, myself, my friends, my family, my fans, and I don't worry about it. I honestly think LGBTQ stuff is probably some of the most harmless things that are happening in this country right now. So I don't understand why we spend so much time thinking about it and talking about it. I think there's a lot more dangerous, awful shit happening, and I wish we were talking about that instead. And I wouldn't be listening to these false prophets who are claiming that the LGBTQ is out to get your children. This is going to be a hot opinion, and I expect a lot of you to unfollow me for this. But I think people like that, they're sowing the seeds of hate. I think they're doing it to manipulate you and take advantage of you and keep you from talking about the real issues. They are lap dogs for the billionaires that actually run this country, and they want us fighting each other instead of them. They know what they're doing, and they got blood on their hands. I know I started this video out politically, but I don't even feel like this is a political topic. Human rights is not a political topic. Let everyone live the way they want to live in the land of the fucking free. How is that political? But every once in a while, especially with this recent incident, I feel the need to come in here and sit down and talk to you about the most basic of human rights, letting other people live their lives. A lot of people love to judge me, and I understand that because I tell them not to judge. But if you're a core fan, if you're a true fan, if you've ever loved me, if you've ever listened to me, I hope you'll listen to me on this. Let others live their lives. You worry about you. So this holiday season, let's not worry about what everybody else is doing, okay? Let's worry about our friends and family. Let's reach across the table and ask, are you okay? And if they're not, why don't we help, right? And if you got time to reach out to your neighbors, reach out to your friends, reach out to your extended family, make sure everybody's doing okay as well. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Worry about whether or not they're okay. Worry about whether or not they have enough to get through the season. Times are tough. Take care of the people you love. And learn to love others. I know recently I talked about trying to be goofier and weirder and more unusual lately, but this is just something that's been on my mind, and this is not something I feel like joking about. This is something I want to be very serious about, and I hope that you understand why. It's a very serious topic. But I'd love to hear your opinion. I'd love to hear your stories. Let me know in the comments section below. I will be a little ban heavy for those of you who choose to be shitty about this, though, so be warned. As always, thanks for watching. I love you very much. I will speak with you again soon. Happy holidays, friends.